Welcome back. We're going to say goodbye to North Carolina on this portion of the trip and end up in Norfolk, Virginia. So 2 or 3 day trip, 3 days more than likely. And we're going to be making a couple of stops along the way. One we know is going to be Elizabeth City. And from there you can take 2 different directions. One continues along the ICW, the other one is called the Dismal Swamp. And Steve really wants to try that, so we're going to do that. A lot of the loopers have done it, and it's supposedly pretty cool. Oriental has a population of 1,000 and has over 2,000 boats, mostly sailboats. Oriental is a very friendly place with a few shops and restaurants. We are leaving Oriental, North Carolina, heading up to Alligator River Marina to spend the night. It's going to be a full day cruise, so we thought we'd get an early start. It's always a thrilling experience to have the dolphins travel with us. Here we are at Alligator River Marina. Quaint little marina. There we are on the face dock out there. Yeah, there's a face dock. There's a couple little finger docks, fuel, and a gas station, which is where we go in and pay for our overnight stay. Complications on the Great Loop. We have 2 Master Volt 270 volt batteries sitting on the dock here, which need to come onto the boat to replace a couple others that are downstairs. This all started a couple weeks ago when we were in Charleston. Came back to the boat and it smelled like sulfur, really strong smell. And Captain was brilliant enough to go downstairs and take a look, and one of the batteries had expanded and was off gassing. We have 4 of them. We have 2 on one side and 2 on the other, and the 2 on the port side, one of them was off gassing, so we need to replace the other 2, or replace those 2. That became a challenge in itself, trying to find the batteries. So we had to move around because we moved from city to city each week, and to try to coordinate the shipping, it just became a little bit of a cluster. So yesterday Steve had to rent a car and drive a couple hours to pick up these batteries at a terminal, and here they are now. Now we got to load them onto the boat. They're 165 pounds a piece, which is another challenge in itself. Okay. And then eventually get them down below. We have a couple of strong men coming this morning to help us out with our battery situation. As you can see, we had to move all the furniture so we could pull up the carpet, and then they can take the batteries down into the engine compartment.
You guys want something to drink? A little water?
All right.
All right. Hang on. Come here. All right. Here we go.
A big shout out to Glenn and Michael from Alligator River Marina for helping us out with the batteries. Here's Steve reinstalling the new batteries. As you can see, the compartment is a little tight. But the fine gentlemen that helped us out, they were a godsend.
That's one.
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 Oh, man.
One. It's the loneliest number.
Here we are leaving Alligator River Marina. Turned out to be in a wonderful spot because we were able to get our batteries taken care of. To get to Elizabeth City, we had to cross the Albemarle Sound, which is the largest brackish sound in North America. 60 miles long and 15 miles across. We are spending the night at a free dock, courtesy of Mid-Atlantic Christian University. It's a beautiful setting for the evening. The Elizabeth City Historic Area is a 30 square block area of churches, homes, and businesses, many of which are listed in the National Historic Register. This is a town of more than 15,000 people. There are many shops and restaurants near the waterfront. Fortunately, the weather cleared up and we were able to enjoy some of the waterfront views. For the first time on our trip, we were able to pull the green egg off the boat and cook a steak. A little disclaimer here. Steve thought it might be fun if I play a little bit of the Meat King. After a wonderful steak dinner on the egg, we turned in for a peaceful night's sleep. Today we're going to go through the Dismal Swamp. It's a beautiful day, so hopefully that will take away from the dismal part and end up somewhere near Norfolk, Virginia for the week. So we'll take you along our adventure today and hopefully we see some cool things. It's roughly 18 miles from Elizabeth City to the lock at the entrance of the Dismal Swamp. There are 2 locks, one at the beginning and one at the end, and they only open 4 times a day. 8:30, 11, 1:30, and 3:30. So basically, if you don't make the 11 o'clock lock, you're going to have to spend the night in the Dismal Swamp. They do have some free docks, but we chose not to.
Tammy, thank you for your help today. We appreciate it. You have a good week.
Dude, Skipper, I hope it gets cooler today for you guys.
That's all right. You know, we come from Wisconsin. It's icy cold during the wintertime. We'll take a little heat once in a while.
Roger that. Like I said, up here by the high rise and in between here and there, Dave said that there was a little bit of a debris field, so just keep your eyes open.
All right, I appreciate the heads up. Have a great day. Thanks for the hard work.
You're welcome. South Mills Bridge will be going down. South Mills Bridge going down.
I can see right here.
The Dismal Swamp has an average depth of 6 feet. It's 22 miles long, so it'll take you about 4 hours at 6 miles per hour. The Dismal Swamp was a known route and destination for freedom seekers. This route was the most rugged and treacherous route where insects, snakes, and wild animals were abundant. While some runaways were able to blend in with free blacks, many chose to seek refuge among a colony of runaways in the Great Dismal Swamp. The canal was hand dug. It took 12 years and it opened in 1805. We encountered something swimming towards us, and we both thought it was probably a dog. As we got closer, we saw that it was a fawn. We slowed to make sure it made it safely to the shore. Along the route, there are free docks that you can hook up to for the night if you wish to spend the night in the Dismal Swamp. After 4 hours of solitude in the Dismal Swamp, we finally made it to the harbor
of Norfolk, Virginia.
We sure hope that you enjoyed this last trip with us. We thought it was really awesome. Very fun. Lots of cool things to see. What do you mean?
You were bored out of your mind going through Dismal Swamp. You're like 10 minutes in, like looking for the detour.
Oh, there was a lot. Yeah, it was a long, drawn out trip. But we saw a lot of cool things that we were able to put in the video, so that was cool. A lot of bumps. You needed to if you went 6 knots, like they said you could go,
Yeah.
you might have had some damage. We went about 4.5.
Yeah. So they
Thuds, but nothing, you know.
best we saw was, let's say, 5. Most of the time was 4.5 feet. The boat displaces a lot of water, so if you went any faster than 5, you were bringing logs up off the bottom.
You could actually watch, as we were moving, you could watch the water come away from the shore.
Yeah, at 4 knots.
Make room for the boat.
Yeah, so I heard stories of going slow and logs coming up, and I didn't believe it. And I'm here to tell you there were some pretty big knocks. So we got out and run after we got through there, and the props seemed no worse than they were when we went in there. So
Glad we did it.
yeah.
Some people don't, they don't want to take a chance. So.
Yeah.
But here we are in Norfolk, and we're going to be heading out to the Chesapeake Bay tomorrow morning. So that'll be an interesting adventure again.
Yeah, we're gonna stay inside. Weather isn't looking the greatest, I shouldn't say, but we don't have stabilizers on the boat, so if we go outside, it's got to be less than 3, otherwise you get beat up all day. So, well, it's 100 miles longer to get to Cape May, but it'll be a fun trip. We'll see some stuff along the way, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, what was your favorite part of the video?
Oh, the little fawn.
Oh, the fawn.
Yeah, the fawn was cute. Oh, the dolphins are awesome too, but they seem to show up in every video, which has been really cool.
Well, that one place had them right at the marina.
True. Oh, the dolphins. Yeah. They're actually pilings all stuck together, and then they call them dolphins. But so I was all excited to see the dolphins once we got to the lock, and they aren't dolphins. They're pilings. Posts all stuck together, and you hook up to them. So
we hope you enjoyed Terry's rendition of the Meat King. It took some convincing, but we had a really good time.
I had no idea.
So anyway, all right, we'll see you next time.
See you next time.